What's your favorite question to ask someone to get to know them better? What is something you're proud of but don't get to brag about much? Edit, spelling. What are you really terrible at? Someone I know took a psych test for a work application and one of the questions was, do you look at your poo before you flush? He asked us around the office and it was funny how divided we were and how passionate we all were about our reasoning. I often think about that. What's your mother's maiden name, the name of your first pet, the name of the first street you lived in, IP address, social security number and your criminal record? Haha, but seriously, could everybody type their password in the comments? Reddit will blur it out. It's cool. Edit, please don't actually do this. Well, here you go, password 1234, it's unbreakable. All I see is. Really? That's so cool, let me try. I have an incredibly small penis. I asked my students today what is their biggest fear. They each wrote their answer on a post-it note anonymously and didn't see other answers until they were all on the board. It was hilarious how many of them answered my mom. Edit, since everyone is so concerned, these are a bunch of high schoolers trying to be funny. Also, as a teacher I am trained to recognize signs of abuse. I assure you these kids are fine. You know who else is scared of their mom? My mom. Edit, well, I never expected my inbox to explode this much from a regular show reference, thanks for the lovely awards. 3. Woo. Helicopters t-shirt. It borrow from David Sedaris and go with when's the last time you saw a monkey? I was at a book signing with my wife and David Sedaris asked me, have you ever hit her out of anger? My reply was no, not out of anger, which got a chuckle out of him and that's a good answer. Making David Sedaris laugh might be one of my prouder moments in life. I went to a music outing with this girl I recently started seeing and her friend was ditched, so we said that he could join us. When trying to get to know each other better, he asked me what my favorite breakfast food was. We had a solid 15-minute conversation about French toast and different toppings and how an egg should be prepared depending on how you had spent your previous evening. Great icebreaker. What's your favorite breakfast food? I don't really eat breakfast tbh, yeah, mine is an omelet. What's the most obscure fact you know that would make you win on Jeopardy? A human tooth has 36 calories. An average denture, without wisdom teeth or missing teeth, would have 1,152 calories. No further questions, Your Honor. Many further questions, Your Honor. Your Honor, what are we even doing here? My 29-year-old special needs daughter has a list she likes to use. What is your favorite reptile? What is your favorite fighter jet? What is your favorite bird of prey? What is your favorite dinosaur? What is your favorite venomous snake? The thing is though, she doesn't actually care about your answers. She just wants you to ask her her favorites so she can trap you in a one-sided conversation for the rest of your natural life. People fall for it every time. Oh, and in case you are wondering, the correct answers are crocodile, F-14 tomcat, wedge-tailed eagle, Spinosaurus, black mamba. Giving her the correct answers won't get you out of the conversation, but it will save you the lecture on how wrong you are. Just so you know, you can buy an actual Spinosaurus tooth fossil for like $40, $90, depending on the size and quality. They're really beautiful as far as fossils go and still sharp. Seriously? I am looking that up as we speak. Christmas sorted. You can also purchase F-14 Tomcats. They cost a little more, approximately $38 million. Tempting. But where would I park it? It flies, don't it? Just put it on the roof. Just tie it to a lamppost and keep it running. What's the best thing that happened to you today? I think this, simple yet it stops people from giving a bullshit answer. One they have to take a moment to think about. Or it gives them an easy out with a bullshit answer if they aren't interested. The best ones give someone a chance to opt out. I used to. 1. What is your everyday superpower, i.e. my so always gets amazing parking, always picking the fastest line at the supermarket. 2. What's in the trunk of your car right now? This leads to hilarious answers in my experience. 1. I can burp at will. 2. 24 feet of battery cable, wrenches, a couple plastic bags. I gotta rewire the power inverter in my semi-truck. Thick battery cable is expensive. I feel bad for Will. Pets are a good one. If they don't have any pets, ask them what pet they would want, or any childhood pets. It's personal, but not too personal. Also, people love talking about their pets. Their 3 wishes. What was the best response you heard and how they spent those wishes? I wish that my next wishes don't count against my total wish amount. First wish is that the genie forgets how to count. Wish granted, you have no more wishes. Rhythm and Keespa. Their views on entertainment is always safe territory, movies, music, etc. Have you read any good books recently? Oddly, this makes people really excited about a book they are reading or sad that they haven't read one lately. Haha, I love books. Anytime my boyfriend casually asks about whatever it is I'm reading, he has to deal with me talking about it for a good hour. I also love books and my partner never asks about what it is I'm reading, but they have to deal with me talking about it for a good hour anyway lol. If I gave you the money to set up a theme restaurant or bar, what would be the theme? What would you call the establishment? What would be the signature cocktail? What are your most visited subreddits? Their answer could easily end a relationship before it even begins. Tell us more, Fake Boobs Fan 2. I wonder what happened to Fake Boobs Fan 1. We don't talk about Fake Boobs Fan 1. I usually go for open-ended questions. My favorite is what's the coolest place you've taken that pair of shoes? A fridge. Specifically, a morgue. I'm a mortician. You wear your morgue shoes to parties? As a mortician, life is the party. If you could only eat one type of cheese for the rest of your life, which type of cheese would it be? Hello from Wisconsin, where that would be the only topic for the rest of the party, which would end with a fist fight. Scribbles down notes for next trip to Wisconsin. Make sure to buy Spotted Cow beer if you've never had it. What's your favorite part about waking up? Going back to sleep. How did you got into insert any passion hobbies? So, how did you get into checks notes spending 18 years in prison for manslaughter? If you have a friend who is a criminal, this question might be good to ask. What are you sure you know more about than me? This one checks tons of boxes like, starting a topic, getting more insight to their interests, having them talk about a topic they are passionate about, you learning a ton of stuff, and much more. Just pretty dumb when they say I don't lol. If you'd want me to know only one fact about you, what would it be? It's started a lot of interesting convos over the years. My anxiety spiked just reading that question. My anxiety needs someone to post possible answers to each of these questions so I can actually learn from these. Tell me something I don't know. Not a question, but the topic they go for can say a lot about them. Do they tell you about themselves, someone else, or something else? Then you can ask how they know that or if they're particularly interested in the topic of whatever they've told you about. It's a great conversation starter, no matter if you've just met or known them forever. And if you do already know what they've told you, you can talk about your shared knowledge interest. France invaded Mexico because they destroyed a bakery. You have my attention, go on. What is one thing you wish people knew about you? It often leads to sincere responses or something they are passionate about. Hate this question. Teachers would always ask it and I would not know what to put. How sincerely I hate being put on the spot with questions like this. I like to ask people if they have any really good ghost stories. Depending on their religion or culture or upbringing, I've heard some pretty awesome experiences. Particularly from NYC cab drivers.